So, today I'm going to talk about how to steal like an artist. Now, this is not a new concept, but I think it's really meaningful when thought about in context of the YouTube platform and the game that we are all playing here. So, yeah, to unpack a little bit more, my name's Darius. I'm a filmmaker. I've been a filmmaker for about 20 years now. And now I'm pivoting my career to becoming a YouTube educator and really working to grow and understand my knowledge of the YouTube platform, and at the same time sharing that with you, my audience, in a way that feels driven by my values, which is really centered around authentic expression and creating a sense of purpose and freedom in how you bring yourself to life in all ways, but obviously specifically on your creator platform here. So to unpack a bit more about stealing like an artist, basically YouTube is a game, and I think the sooner you start to realize that that is what is happening on the platform, that people are playing this game, it really separates you from a really large amount of people who are uploading every day, contributing to this. It's like 500 hours every second that is uploaded to the platform. If you are using your skills to employ the game and work the game, then you can grow and evolve your channel at a much faster pace. And so when I talk about stealing, what I mean is like you're not copying the idea, but you're looking at what is servicing YouTube and the platform and the algorithm well, and you're seeing how can you bring your own take to that. So whether it's like a clever title, a clever hook, an intelligent way of delivering content, it's like you see that, you use that to then implement into what your take is either on that subject, or repurposing that concept into your own material, and therefore you're going to service the algorithm and the platform which favors content that is already working well. So you can study some of your favorite videos, particularly those big viral videos, and see like what are they trying to do and how have they succeeded in doing so. And for me, although I'm not so much sort of chasing these big ticket viral sensation moments, I really am interested in how people are really having success through the way in which they position themselves with their, obviously, the three big things, the thumb, the title, and the hook. And so, yeah, this is really important to me, and it speaks to really key aspects of me as an artist and a creative, to think about how you can receive information from the world, in this case through the platform and the channel, and turn that into something that becomes very much your own, but what's the word? Appropriated into your own language, into your own story. And for me, that's happened throughout the entirety of my career as a filmmaker. I was always looking at the films that I loved. I would see people telling films in a certain style, and I would want to emulate that style, not necessarily to sort of copy the story, but back in the day when I was first starting out as a narrative filmmaker, there was this huge movement in America called mumblecore, and it was about people telling like these very micro scale stories about their lives and what was happening in their lives. And I found that to be deeply inspiring. And so, although I wasn't part of the mumblecore movement per se, I wanted to steal that principle, to steal that working ideology of like telling a story that I really knew from a very small world of mine at that point, living in Melbourne. And the other key element of that approach was to shoot it on a very micro budget scale and use all your friends to star in the film, playing some version of themselves. And this was all a way for me to bring my take on that version, to steal that idea and appropriate it into my own voice. And I think there's so many ways in which you can do that on YouTube to really greater degrees of success. And for me, I'm really interested in trying to find unusual takes, not necessarily always looking to the creators that are doing things in my lane, but above and beyond that? What are some of the tools and techniques used in other niches that I might be able to then appropriate and bring into mine? And so, yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. What are some of the things that you've really found out there that are working for you, in terms of like, what have you appropriated? Leave me a comment, let me know. And I'd also love to know, what is it that you're finding difficult to turn into something that you can call your own? So if you have a specific challenge with, trying to get a piece of content or an idea out there, let me know. I'd love to hear that. And as always, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you again soon.